quick review of network speeds and why you should really use LAN cable or Ethernet as it's commonly known, RJ45 cable. If you get a chance, if you're going to transfer big files between your computers, try and use a LAN cable rather than your wireless, because the speed difference is pretty incredible. It's generally more than 5 times faster. Here we're using Windows Vista on both machines. I've got Ultimate Edition. I wanted to use a large file because you get access times also with networks. So if you have a very small file, it could be affected by the access time rather than the transfer speed of the whole file. So I'll just do a properties on that, and let's have a. You can see there we've got a 2.5 gigabyte file. The current setup I've disabled my fast port on my PC, and I'm just using the 100 megabits per second. You can see there. Once we get it focused. PC screens are never easy to zoom in on. So at the moment we're using 0. You can see there the graph looks like nothing. We've got it's connected, and we've got 100 megabits per second. If you want to get megabits into megabytes, you just divide it by 8. So if you want to work out how many K per second you can get, if you divide that by 8 and then divide it by 1000, that will probably give you the maximum K per second you're going to get. If we zoom over to the laptop, this is a pretty new laptop. It's got a 54G wireless card in it, which again is supposed to get you up to 54 megabits per second, but I've never seen anything like that, and I'm really close to the wireless adapter. Again, no network activity. You can see we're in Vista again, and we go over here and drag this file. Vista's coming up there with its little preview window. We can expand that and say, see the details. We can see it's telling you it's got the item, it's got the speed, it's saying is 282 kilobytes per second, I think. See the graphs shot up there, but it's quite deceiving. It'll show you very near the top, but if you scroll to the left, that's only 25% of the total bandwidth. Well, you see that a lot on graphs on the internet. People trying to exaggerate things. You have to look at these scales, because it's very easy for when they're like reviewing CPUs or graphics cards. They'll try and show you that the difference is pretty huge between the competitors, when really, relatively, when you get from 0 to whatever the top scale is, the differences would be very minimal. So there we've got 25%, and it's 100 megabits per second total. So that graph is only giving us it's saying about, I would say like 23 megabits per second maximum. If we go down there, it'll give us the detail. This thing will focus in the dark. So look. There we go, 23.62. And that's actually pretty fast. That's the fastest I've ever seen it. Transferring over my wireless network. See, it fluctuates quite a bit, but that's normal with any network activity. Go back over to the laptop, we can see it's jumping all over the place there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to kill the download. Fire up the networking on Vista. You can see I'm connected to my network there. And I'm going to disconnect that, and I'm sure it'll make the file error, and the graph will drop off straight away. We can see. See, because at the moment I have no connection between this laptop and my router. If we go over here, I've got my device manager. I've actually disabled my LAN, so we can re-enable that. If we go down here, generally automatically in Vista it'll notice the LAN, it'll create the connection, and it will, if I can focus, there we go. Very difficult. See little icons it popped up there. If we have a look on the network and sharing center, as they call it now, it basically just shows you what network access you've got. On there it comes up with a tablet, comes up with my network name, internet. And if we look down here it says access, local and internet, public network. What I was actually scanning for there is the device, and it's actually there, it'll say local area connection. Very difficult focusing, I apologise for that. So we've got local area connection. Down here we'll see local area connection, 100 megabits per second. Both of them have got no activity. Now I'll jump back to the PC. We've got the file there, we've got a little window saying something's happened to your connection. Do you want to try it again or cancel? Now, to be honest, I'm not sure if I actually, because I've changed network connections, I'm not sure if it'll resume. Let's try it. The PC is none the wiser what's happened to the laptop, and it doesn't know that it's swapped from wireless to LAN, because the PC is just connected through the LAN cable to the router. So when the wireless drops off, it will get a different IP, or maybe the same IP address, and the PC may know nothing about it. So we'll try that again. Go up here. See if it resumes it. Yeah, it looks like that's worked. That's pretty cool, because remember with XP, if anything interrupted, if you use an Internet Explorer or generally the Windows Explorer, it would just give you a OK option which cancelled it, which was pretty annoying if you just wanted to resume something. Now we can see here straight away the graphs on 100%. And we're getting pretty consistent speeds there. If you look at the percentage, so we're using 100%, it'll drop down, it'll peak up and down, but the average, if we look at the bar already, we're at 1.3 megabytes per second. That's up to 1.5 megabytes per second. It's quite funny, I'm actually getting that on my cable internet now, up to 2 megabytes per second. Oh, it's shifting along now. The wireless has actually impressed me. I mean, generally I thought I'd make this video because I was always seeing on these graphs like between 5 and 15%. But when I saw that it was around 50% from the wireless connection to my PC, I was quite impressed.